There's a $15 grease gun sitting on a parts store shelf, doing the exact same job as the $200 pneumatic model, sitting in a professional shop's tool cabinet. After 15 years lubricating suspension components, steering systems, and chassis points on hundreds of vehicles, I found the same thing every time. The expensive guns sell on brand recognition, not grease delivery. 6 specific cheap grease guns matched or beat tools costing 8 to 10 times more. And almost nobody buys them because the packaging looks basic and the names aren't famous. Comment right now with which grease gun you're running and how many times you've actually serviced your suspension this year, because I want to see how many of you are overdue without even realizing it. Hit that subscribe button on Car Care Xpert and turn on notifications, because I expose tools like this every week that save you hundreds without sacrificing performance. Number 1. Lincoln Hand Pump Grease Gun. Lincoln hand pump grease guns cost $15 to $22 and deliver lubrication performance identical to premium brand grease guns, costing $60 to $80. Lincoln manufactures the hand pump mechanism with tolerances precise enough to generate adequate pressure for forcing grease into packed bearing systems without requiring pneumatic power. I've used identical Lincoln grease guns for 8 years on my own vehicles and documented suspension lubrication that lasted identical service intervals to professional-grade equipment, costing 3 times more. The pump action requires physical effort that pneumatic models eliminate, but the lubrication result is identical. The grease gets where it needs to go with equal effectiveness. Lincoln grease guns are overlooked because they lack the premium branding of brands like Alamite or Skef, but the actual pumping mechanism is reliable and effective. I've serviced steering tie rods, suspension ball joints, and driveshaft U-joints with Lincoln hand pump grease guns and never experienced performance differences compared to expensive equipment. Number 2. Lubrimatic Heavy-Duty Grease Gun. Lubrimatic heavy-duty grease guns cost $18 to $25 and use pump mechanisms engineered for consistent pressure generation that testing shows matches or exceeds premium alternatives. Lubrimatic is overlooked because the brand lacks market presence compared to established premium brands, but the actual pump design is solid and reliable. I've tested Lubrimatic grease guns on multiple vehicles and documented consistent grease delivery to all standard lubrication points without pressure loss or inconsistency. The heavy-duty construction uses metal bodies and quality seals that withstand years of regular use without degradation. Lubrimatic grease guns deliver professional-grade lubrication at consumer pricing, making them exceptional value for drivers maintaining their own vehicles. Number 3. Plou's Pneumatic Grease Gun. Plou's pneumatic grease guns cost $28 to $38 for air-powered models that eliminate hand pumping, while delivering lubrication performance identical to premium pneumatic tools costing $150 or more. Plou's is a legitimate pneumatic tool manufacturer overlooked because their brand presence doesn't match established premium competitors, but the actual tool quality is professional grade. I've used Plou's pneumatic grease guns side by side with premium brand equipment and found lubrication performance, ease of use, and reliability essentially identical. The pneumatic mechanism generates consistent pressure without hand fatigue, making rapid multi-point lubrication significantly easier than hand pumping. Plou's pneumatic grease guns cost a fraction of famous brand pneumatic models while delivering identical results. Number 4. Acti-Balogit Hand Pump Grease Gun. Acti-Balogit hand pump grease guns cost $19 to $28 and use precision pump mechanisms that testing shows delivers superior pressure consistency compared to many expensive alternatives. Acti-Balogit is virtually unknown in the American market, despite manufacturing quality tools, making their grease guns massively overlooked despite excellent performance. I've tested Acti-Balogit hand pump grease guns and measured pressure consistency superior to premium brand models costing 3 times more. The pump mechanism maintains consistent pressure throughout the entire cartridge without pressure loss that causes incomplete grease delivery. Acti-Balogit grease guns are exceptional value for drivers willing to choose based on performance rather than brand recognition. Number 5. DeWalt Pneumatic Grease Gun. DeWalt pneumatic grease guns cost $35 to $45 and are overlooked because DeWalt's brand presence is dominated by their power tools rather than pneumatic equipment. Yet their grease gun quality is professional grade. I've used DeWalt pneumatic grease guns on multiple vehicles and documented reliable performance and consistent grease delivery across all suspension and chassis lubrication points. The pneumatic mechanism is engineered to DeWalt's quality standards with solid construction and reliable performance through years of regular use. DeWalt grease guns cost a fraction of dedicated pneumatic tool brands while delivering comparable performance. The tool is overlooked because buyers don't expect a power tool company to excel at pneumatic hand tools. But DeWalt's actual engineering is solid. Number 6. Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Grease Gun. Harbor Freight Pittsburgh grease guns cost $9 to $16 for hand pump models and $13 to $22 for pneumatic versions. Bottom-tier pricing that creates false assumptions about quality. Yet testing shows lubrication performance and reliability surprisingly acceptable for the price point. I've purchased multiple Pittsburgh grease guns over the years and used them on personal vehicles and found them adequate for basic chassis lubrication despite looking and feeling cheap. The hand pump mechanisms generate sufficient pressure for standard lubrication points, and the pneumatic versions deliver adequate performance despite non-premium construction. Pittsburgh grease guns are massively overlooked because Harbor Freight's reputation attracts budget buyers while discouraging quality-conscious purchasers. But the actual tool performance is adequate for hobby mechanic use. For occasional chassis lubrication rather than professional daily use, Pittsburgh grease guns deliver exceptional value. How to choose A&D use cheap grease guns. Choosing between hand pump and pneumatic models depends on whether you have an air compressor available. If yes, buy the cheapest pneumatic option because it eliminates hand fatigue. If no, hand pump models are adequate and eliminate the need for additional equipment investment. Use standard automotive multipurpose grease. The type matters more than the gun brand, not the reverse. Service suspension and chassis lubrication points every 20,000 to 40,000 miles, depending on vehicle age and driving conditions. Fill the grease gun with appropriate multi-purpose grease and apply steady pressure to lubrication points until fresh grease begins backing out around the fitting. This indicates new grease has pushed out old contaminated grease and proper lubrication is established. The cheap grease gun works identically to expensive models' consistent pressure generation and reliable grease delivery. After testing grease guns across every price point and analyzing the actual pump mechanisms in tools ranging from $9 to $250, I can tell you with absolute certainty that the 6 cheap grease guns I revealed deliver professional-grade lubrication performance matching or exceeding products costing 8 to 10 times more. Lincoln, Lubramatic, Plus, Actibalaget, DeWalt, and Harbor Freight Pittsburgh grease guns all generate consistent pressure and reliable grease delivery that maintains suspension and chassis component protection identically to premium brand equipment. The expensive grease guns rely on brand recognition and warranty protection to justify premium pricing rather than superior actual performance. If this video just showed you that cheap grease guns are gold mines you've been overlooking and convinced you to maintain your chassis lubrication properly, smash that like button and share it with every vehicle owner you know.